I didn't even like you, Jimmy. I didn't even like you. And you're trying to stop texting me? Me? Looked past some of your flaws. I look past your height. I look past your income. And you're going to ghost me. Okay. Okay. Oh.
We have a winner. Our good old friend Jimmy dodged a massive bullet here. Imagine trying to reject a guy after he already left. It's pathetic. She's desperately trying to convince herself she holds the power, but the reality is she just got ghosted by the guy she claims she didn't even want. You're getting old, Grandma. It's time to realize you are the problem, not a man's height or his income.
Can I skip all the dating BS and just get to the part where I'm in love? I just don't have any more small talk in me. What do you do for work? Do you like it? Do you have any pets? What's your favorite color?
Is it just me, or are you fellas also noticing that this is becoming the mantra for women racing towards 40? They want to skip to the good part. They spent their prime years riding the carousel, and now that the music is stopping, they want a reserved seat. They want to skip the building phase and fast forward to the spending phase. Happily married, fully provided for, and treating a husband like a human 401k.
Pretty sure I just got stood up. I'm pretty sure my dumbass just got stood up by his mother friggin' ass. The audacity. Bro, girl, it took me hours to get... Hours. Several hours. Multiple. Let that sink in. Hours. Hours to get ready.
Did you have bubblegum stuck to your hair? Did it take you hours to get that off? Because unless you were dealing with a gum disaster, taking multiple hours to get ready is absurd.
What? Ugh, I can't. Do you know there are men in their 50s on Tinder who have the audacity to say they're looking for short-term fun? You're serious? You're serious? You're in your 50s, honey. That's a good one. Like, sir, those days are over. You're not a gigolo anymore. Embarrassing.
Hate to break it to you, but a man in his 50s is in his absolute second prime. He has money, freedom, and options. He isn't looking for a nurse or a nagging roommate. He's looking for a good time. You're just bitter because short-term fun means he isn't sticking around to pay off your debt or fund your retirement.
Drives me crazy that there is like one person that's like in the back of my mind and it's like a what if, but it's not a what if because he is so fearfully avoidant that it would literally never work because he's not getting his shit together whatsoever. But he like lurks in the background and I like him enough and I had a really good time with him when we were together. And he lurks in the background just enough to have me feel like, what if? Because that's what he wants. But I know what if. What if we got together? I would get my fucking heart broken. That's what if. Like, does everyone have this person? It's annoying, frankly.
This is textbook alpha widow behavior. He's not fearfully avoidant, honey. He's just avoiding you. That's just therapy speak for a guy who keeps you on the hook for a late night call when his main options fall through. You admit he's a wreck, yet you're still obsessing over him? That's because stability bores you. You'd rather chase a ghost who treats you like an option than give a chance to a decent guy who treats you like a priority.
And now, what, I gotta go home now? Oh my gosh, he couldn't even... Like, not only did he not have the effort to come meet me at the bar, but he didn't even have the effort to make up some lame-o-ass excuse that's obviously a lie as to why he couldn't meet me. Sorry, I can't come. 15 minutes before I'm supposed to meet him. Sorry, I can't come tonight. Something came up. What? What? Hello? He's clearly never been with a woman in his life, or else he would know how long it takes us to get ready.
When a man lies, you crash out and start calling him names. When he tells the truth and doesn't lie, you're still crashing out. Even a quantum computer running 1 billion simulations couldn't calculate what you actually want.
Single guys, if you have a good flirty interaction with a girl at a party, at a bar, somewhere, and you walk away without asking for her number, What are you doing? What are you doing? Gotta get the number. Shoot or shoot, and we want you to ask, okay? Because we're not going to just voluntarily be like, do you want my phone number? Girls aren't built like that, okay? It'd be nice if we were, and trust me, I know a lot of the comments are going to say that, but no, we're not. So all you have to do is just say, hey, had a great time chatting with you tonight. Can I get your number? Boom. Easy. Easy peasy. And if she's interested, she'll be like, yeah, for sure. And if she's not, she might be like, oh, you know what? I don't like giving my phone number out, or I have a boyfriend. In which case, same boat that you would have been in without asking, okay? Don't let it get to you on a personal level. Just be like, all right, well, nice meeting you, bye. And shoot again the next time.
Guys, every time you ask for a woman's phone number, just remember that your wallet is gonna be mad at you. That isn't just a phone number, that's a direct debit authorization. You're not asking for a date. You're signing up for a subscription service with hidden fees and strictly no refunds. Walking away isn't fear, it's financial literacy.
I genuinely feel like the only way to be in a relationship these days, and the only way anybody is in a relationship these days, is to just fucking settle. Like, so hardcore. Like, you just fucking give up. Like, you just settle. So it's a no from me. It will remain a no from me. And you can just, like, miss me with that. Like, I'm just gonna dodge it.
She's like a used car dealer refusing to sell a high-mileage sedan for anything less than Ferrari prices. She doesn't want to settle, and we call that bad business. You aren't dodging buyers, sweetheart. Nobody's making an offer. You're gonna sit on that lot until you're scrap metal.
Are you kidding me? Usually, I'm a be ready in 10 minutes girl, but I thought he was adorable. I'm gonna say it. He was a looker, a stud. He's gonna be one of those people that when he's friggin' 70 years old, he's still gonna be hot. He's a looker, okay? So I had to look a 10 out of 10. Not like a 10 out of 10, my 10 out of 10, you know, because you get it. I just had to look my best. So I tried my damn. I'm wearing jeans that hug me in all the right places. I am. I'm wearing this massively uncomfortable bra. Uncomfortable, but dope as shit. I'm wearing these heels. Dope as hell. Uncomfortable as shit. Are you kidding me? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not. But in this moment, I believe it. In my heart, I'm done. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm exhausted. Okay.
She just exposed her entire playbook. For the average Joe, she's a ready in 10 minutes girl. But for the stud, she breaks out the uncomfortable bra and the heels. She's willing to endure physical pain for the guy who ghosts her, but won't even put on lip gloss for the guy who treats her right. It's the classic double standard. The nice guy gets the sweatpants, and the toxic guy gets the show.
I hate it when a man knows that I find him attractive. Like, I don't want you knowing that I want you. I don't want you knowing that I think that you're hot. Like, 1,000 aura points lost.
All right, the worst has happened. I am 29 years old and single. And I'm getting out of a 7-year relationship that I thought I was gonna marry him and have his babies, but I didn't. Anyway, I've been single for a minute now, and I'm starting to dip my toes in the dating pool, per se. I was very nervous for this. I kind of didn't want to do it. I was like, I'm just going to be single forever. But then I was like, I need some distractions. I'm sad.
I think I'm slowly getting sense of why the 7-year-long relationship didn't work out, but let's continue.
Anyway, so I started going on these dates and I was nervous. Everyone's like, oh, dating's awful. You're going to fucking hate it. Da-da-da. Let me just say for the men, and I'm applauding you. The men in their 30s, I don't even know if this is everybody or if I just got lucky. The men in their 30s, raw fucking O, dude. Like, everyone is so nice. They've been like very communicating well with me. Like, they're just like very straightforward and tell me what they want, what they don't want. Everyone's like, I don't know, a fucking adult. They all have nice jobs. They open the car door for me. I've had a couple people buy me flowers. Sir, I've had people, I don't know, look me in the eyes when I'm talking and having a conversation and can hold a conversation and be interesting. What the fuck? But here's the bad part. I don't want to fall in love with you. Stop being so nice and so great. Give me the shitty dates. Give me the ones where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be by myself forever. All these guys are like, do you want to get married and have children? And I'm like, so weird that you want to get married and have kids, but the dude I was with for 7 years didn't want to.
All those men she was talking about were doing all those nice things, yet notice she didn't say she picked even one. She got all those free dates for absolutely nothing in return. She's taking the flowers, the dinners, and the ego boost, while the men are getting zero return on investment.
I don't know, I gotta figure something else out. It's okay. We rally. You go, girl. We got this. We are gonna go out. We're gonna go out and meet somebody else at a bar. Period. Period. My period tracker just is asking me, how do you feel today? Perfect. I feel amazing. I feel great. I'm ready to get my freak on. All right, goodbye.
Well, you know what happens next. She gets to the bar hoping for a man to buy her a drink, but she ends up going home alone again. She asks herself why no man is approaching anymore, downloads another dating app, agrees to a date, and gets ghosted again. The cycle continues and the wall is inching closer and closer.
Honestly, this is why I fucking hate dating. Like, so I was getting my hair done and this guy wanted to come meet me and I was like, yeah, fine. Like, I'm just getting my hair done. And then he was like, can I leave my bags at your hotel? Because he's flying out tonight. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you can just leave them in the lobby or whatever. Anyway, when I got food, it was fine. I just was like, he's nice, but I'm not feeling this at all. And then he was like, oh, I can probably stay till like, because first he told me 5. So like, obviously that was his out. And so I was thinking, yeah, that's fine. It's like 2 hours. Like, I don't want to be with you any longer than that. And then we get to like dinner or like lunch or whatever. And he's like, oh, I can stay till like 6. And I'm like,
Apologies, gentlemen. This is gonna be another hard watch, but let's entertain ourselves. Apart from the accent, I can barely understand the point she's trying to make. She met up with a guy, realized she didn't like him, but stayed anyway for the free dinner. Let's circle back later.
Dating in your 30s as a single mom is so wild because one weekend you might be going out with a divorced man in his 40s, dad of 3 kids. The next weekend it might be a 22-year-old. Balance.
Yes, everything is wild until your kids grow up and see your TikTok posts about how wild you were when you were supposed to be with their father raising them. You aren't just leaving a digital footprint, you're archiving the evidence of why their family failed.
It's always funny when a guy cancels on you and they're like, it's not a big deal. Not only did I already do my hair, whatever, but I mentally prepared. Fuck you.
I gave up dating a long time ago. And I know that sounds mad, but hear me out. I was just tired. I was tired of all of the half-hearted messages, tired of breadcrumb energy, tired of like giving the best parts of me to people who didn't even know what to do with them. I used to sit there and I used to think, maybe if I was like quieter, maybe if I was less, but less of me has never been the answer, ever. So I stopped showing up, just showing up for people who didn't show up for me. And I started showing up for myself. No more performing, no more settling, no more waiting to be chosen. So I take myself out on walks. I light candles for no reason. I buy the perfume, wear the outfit, take the photos because I feel like it, not because I'm hoping for someone to notice me. I'm not cold. I'm not broken. I'm just peaceful. And trust me, peace is something that I've had to earn. If love comes, amazing, it comes. But I'm not on pause waiting for it. I'm building a life I actually love. And no man, no maybes, no bare minimum are worth pausing anything for that. I'm not bitter. I'm just in my protecting my life, like my life depends on it era, because in some ways it does.
This is exactly what's gonna happen to a lot of women. They're gonna price themselves out of the market, refuse to compromise, and then rebrand their permanent isolation as peace. She's trading a husband and a family for scented candles and solo photo shoots. She calls it protecting her life, but she's really just decorating her solitude.
And so anyway, I'm thinking, oh my God, 6 o'clock. Like, he's like, you can go and check in, because I hadn't checked in. He's like, you can go and check in. And he's like, I can hang till like 6. And I'm thinking, you're not coming into my fucking room. Like, no. Like, no. Anyway, so then I was like, oh, I really love shopping. Like, let's just have a look in the shop. So I'm like walking around Muji, and I've got this fucking thing next to me, like just standing there. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get rid of you? And then I'm like, oh, let's go into the shop. Let's go into the shop. And then it starts raining. And I'm like, cool. Now my hair's getting fucking wet. And then he's like, oh, I need a charger for my phone. And I was like, oh, okay, well, can go back to the hotel and you can get it out of your bag and like charge it in the lobby. Like, you're not coming to my fucking room.
The best thing she could have done was tell the guy straight away she wasn't feeling it. She could have saved the time, said goodbye, and wished him a safe flight. Instead, she kept giving him false hints that she wanted to spend more time together. She even dragged him shopping. Let's be real, she was probably hoping he'd buy her a new purse before she finally cut him loose.
I've reached the point where I'm done. I am done. I am done accepting the bare minimum. I am done understanding. I am done staying with people who do not deserve my presence. I am done feeling shitty about shitty people's behavior. I am done feeling guilty. I am done believing that I am unlovable. And I am done being okay with the absolute bare minimum bottom of the barrel love, because I fucking deserve more, bitch.
I think she's talking about men who never had to offer more than the bare minimum because she gave them everything for free. She likely ignored the men who would have treated her well because she found their stability boring. She chose to dig in the bottom of the barrel for the excitement, and now she's upset about the quality of what she found. She keeps buying tickets to the circus while complaining about the clowns.
Oh, I'm shaking. I just got home from a date. We were going to an event and dinner. We did not make it to dinner. He just dropped me off at home. I'm back home. I've been gone for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm back home. And I have a friend coming to pick me up right now. I just asked him to take me home. You know the amount of times I have wanted to do that while on a date and I didn't, and I just sat there and grinned and bared it. A guy does something or says something or is something that I just don't jive with, and I stick around because it's the polite thing to do. No more of that, girls. I finally just said, look, I have to be really honest. You just did this thing that is really not my vibe and it's turning me off, and I don't think I can make it to dinner with you. To his credit, he took it really, really well, and he said, okay, I actually completely understand. Thank you for telling me, and let's go ahead and get you home. He also asked me out on another date. What? No. Come here. This guy's happy. Come on.
This is a masterclass in performative drama. I really enjoyed the part where she explained exactly what he did to cause this reaction. Oh wait, she didn't. Since she gave us zero context, I'm gonna assume it's about money. Maybe his car wasn't expensive enough, or he didn't offer to pay for everything up front. He was polite enough to drive her home after she cut the night short, when she could have just grabbed an Uber. And why is she shaking so much? If you're actually rattling from fear or anxiety, you don't immediately set up a camera to record yourself. She's clearly manufacturing outrage to get the internet to hate on men without providing a single valid reason.
Anyway, so we get back, and so I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just check in. Like, I'm just gonna check in and fucking leave him here because, like, he's not coming up into my room. So anyway, I check in and they give us our bags, and the lady's like, oh, she's like, only one in the booking. I'm like, yeah, there's only one person. Like, and then anyway, so she brings our bags out, and then I was like, okay, I said, oh, what are you gonna do? And he's like, oh, I'll just charge my phone. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna go up to the room and have a shower. And I said, I'm just not like feeling very well because I'm not. And he was kind of like, oh, okay. And I was like, there's probably like a charging point down here somewhere. And I was like, oh, there's one over there. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, nice to meet you. Thanks for lunch. I can't deal. So he's downstairs right now, probably charging his phone.
This is why you don't go on dates. Women will lead you into thinking there's a chance, but they're secretly looking for a reason to disqualify you. She could have handled this with some class, so the guy didn't have to spend the flight home wondering what he did wrong. He paid for dinner and extended his time while the clock was ticking on his flight, and his reward was an awkward goodbye. The wall is never wrong, Karen. Arrogant in their 20s, delusional in their 30s, bitter in their 40s, alone in their 50s, and forgotten in their 60s.
Okay, I think I've realised why I'm single, because tell me why yesterday I agreed to go on a date and I was like, oh yeah, going on a date, that'll be fun. And today I'm just kind of like, quite tired.
Thinking of canceling plans because she's quite tired proves she views other people's time as completely optional. She's letting a minor energy dip override her integrity. The guy likely cleared his schedule and prepped for the evening, but she's ready to discard him because she'd rather take a nap. Please stay single.
So, dating. Do one thing I really don't get as well is you get guys and girls that they do it. It's not just the guys. But they say that they really like you and that you're the only one they're talking to. So, in my eyes, you're the driver, I'm the passenger. Shouldn't be no one else, do you know what I mean? All those little people on the sidewalk need to stay on the sidewalk. But yet people, both men and women, still like to pick up people from the sidewalk. Now, I'm very much of, if I'm in the car with you, nobody else should be in the car with you, if you get what I mean. Just don't understand why people just can't stay with one person. Do you know what I mean?
Identifying as the passenger is just a convenient way to admit the desire for total control without touching the steering wheel. It's hypocritical to complain about him picking up hitchhikers after handing a stranger the keys and expecting a private chauffeur. This mindset treats a relationship like an Uber Black ride while bringing nothing but carpool budget energy.
You guys, I have to tell you, I am currently having a blast on Hinge. This is not sarcasm. This is totally serious, because I have given up. Not literally, because I'm still on there and I'm just like, why not? But my mindset has shifted, and just like, clearly what I've been doing is not working, obviously. And I've just decided to, this is like so obvious, be 100% myself. And I'm having a blast, because the way I'm responding to these strangers is as if they are close friends of mine. Without like getting too personal, I haven't said anything that I wouldn't say to a stranger, but my rapport and my energy and my just like overthinking every single thing I'm saying is completely gone. And I'm speaking to them just casually. Now, you might be hearing this, and this could be so like revolutionary to you, like it is to me. And I implore you to try it, because it's so much more fun. I don't know what's going to happen with any of these people. I'm currently talking to like 6 or 7 different guys on Hinge. Nothing serious, like literally just like from this weekend. It's been like 48 hours max. But just responding to them with just like full insane energy. And or this might sound so stupid to you, because you're like, yeah, well, that's what you're supposed to be doing. I didn't know. I get really shy. I get really insecure. Men are like the one area in my life where I just feel so clueless, obviously. If you've been here before, you know. And so I didn't know. I've been like trying to just like, I don't know, be a version of myself that I think might be interesting to them. Ridiculous, I know. But I'm trying something new, and it's actually so fun. Who knows if it will work? I have the expectations are in hell, and the bar is still like, you know, also in hell. As a matter of fact, I doubt that I'll actually even go on a single, well, I won't say doubt. I'll say, who knows if I'll go on a single date? You like that positive thinking? But I will say I'm having a lot more fun. It's so funny. I'm cracking myself up.
Treating basic authenticity like a Nobel Prize discovery is honestly terrifying. She's juggling 6 or 7 guys, using them as unpaid improv partners to validate her insane energy, and calling it a breakthrough. She admits the bar is in hell, yet she's the one down there holding the shovel. She's finally realizing that faking a personality is exhausting, but instead of building a connection, she's just treating these men like NPCs in her own personal comedy special.
I know you guys know the feeling, but you know, when you're 30 years old and you're single and you're like trying to put yourself out there and your friends are all married and they're like, oh, let's go to the D-backs game, and you're like sick, and then you think like it's gonna be a night out, and then they're like 7th inning in and they're like, yeah, let's go get some ice cream after this, and I'm like, oh fuck, we have really different vibes of like what the night is gonna look like. So then you're like scouring for friends that are potentially out in the same area that you are so that you're at least trying to meet new people. Because God knows that when you're with your married friends, you don't really meet a lot of new people. And I love them. Like, I don't blame them. Like, I want to go home and eat fucking ice cream too. But I texted a friend and I was like, you're out, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, can I meet you? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'll be waiting. Like, I'm a pathetic fucking loser, but here I am putting my best foot forward, trying to just like do things as a single woman and not like go home and like cry myself to sleep. So we all know the feeling, right? Basically I'll let you know how the night goes and if it was worth it. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it, but we're trying.
She's mad because she's still working the night shift while her friends are enjoying early retirement. They secured the bag, got the ring, and now they want ice cream and peace. She's still out there punching the clock, desperate to find an employer before the factory shuts down for good. It's not different vibes, honey. It's that you're still frantically interviewing for a job they already landed 5 years ago.
I'm purposefully not dating, but dating is still somehow finding its way into my life and pissing me off. Okay, so this past weekend, me and my friends were out at a bar. Mind you, I don't have dating apps anymore. I deleted them. I was kind of just doing my own thing. I literally said out loud, I don't want a boyfriend. I'm really not interested in guys right now. We go to a bar. We go up to a group of guys. We start talking to them, whatever. I really was not feeling a vibe from any of them, but I wasn't really looking for a vibe. Like, I was just looking to have fun. My friend ended up leaving and going home a little earlier than a couple other girls. And then one of the guys ends up getting my number from one of my friends that I was with. And he texted me like, hey, I met you at this bar last night. Do you want to go out on a date? And I was like, I thought he was cute at the bar. Was I trying to flirt with him or anything? No. I answered and I was like, sure. I mean, if you're going to text me and like go out of your way and ask me on a date, like, yeah, I'll go. Still don't really know what I'm looking for in relationships, but I wasn't out on Hinge like searching for this. He just asked me, so I was like, all right, whatever, I'll go. The date was supposed to be today. He texted me on Saturday and was like, does Monday work? And I was like, yeah, that works fine. Now it's Monday at 11. He like picked a place on Saturday, but he never set the time. He didn't text me till this morning and he was just like making small talk. So now I'm confused and I'm annoyed that I'm confused because at my core, I don't really care if I go or not, but I want to know if I'm going or not, but I don't want to ask him if we're going or not. Does anybody understand that? I don't know if he's just being oblivious and he's not someone that dates a lot, but then I'm like, okay, well, someone that I would want to go on a date with would know to set the time and the place. I'm just like, why is this happening when I'm not even trying to have it happen? Do I ask him when we're meeting or do I just let it go? Like, I have a day today that I want to get things done and now this is in the back of my mind and it's pissing me off. And that's how I feel about dating right now. Like, I'm not even trying to date and it's still pissing me off.
Claiming to be purposely not dating while immediately accepting a date from a stranger is a level of self-deception that's almost impressive. The frustration here isn't about the time or the location, it's about the loss of control. She's paralyzed by her own ego, refusing to send a simple text to clarify the plans because she needs him to prove his interest by chasing her. She claims she doesn't really care, yet she's letting a missing text message dictate her entire mood and schedule.
Really needing some encouragement or motivation, inspiration, whatever you want to call it. I'm curious if any of my friends went through a phase when they were single where they were just so, I don't even want to just say like at peace being single, because it's not just like a being at peace thing. It's also that dating is so horrific. When you have bad dates, they're like really bad because it also just feels like you've wasted your time. So just curious if anyone has any stories where they were in that headspace and then finally they agreed to go on a date. It ended up being awesome and they ended up meeting the love of their life. Any stories like that for some inspiration? Because I'm supposed to be getting ready for a date. I just came and laid down in bed and I'm really not wanting to get up now.
Begging for a success story just to find the will to get out of bed is a level of entitlement that guarantees a failure. It's absurd to demand the love of your life outcome while treating the process of meeting him like a prison sentence. The only thing horrific here is the attitude that a stranger owes her a cinematic romance before she's even put on shoes. She wants the fairy tale delivered to her door, but she's too lazy to even answer the bell.
After going on a few dates and then doing a double date last night with one of my best friends and her husband, something I want to relay to all the single girls out there is that you do not need to be the cool girl, okay? In my early 30s, I probably would have tried to be the cool girl more, but you just need to be yourself. So last night, I'd been out with this guy a few times, actually more than that, but don't want to get into it. And I finally asked some like tough questions and did not like the answers to those tough questions, right? And we had a great, like, open, honest conversation about it. But I could tell he was like, what the heck? And I said, maybe in my early 30s, I wouldn't have asked you these questions. I said, but I'm not a cool girl. I don't want to be a cool girl, right? So those questions that you have a hard time asking, like, do you want kids? Are you talking to other people? If we go on a trip, are you going to be okay that I want to stay at like a nice hotel? I work really hard. And so when I go out of town, I don't like to like pinch pennies or stay on a budget. And so just, bringing up those questions, and he was a little taken back, but then he was like, no, I appreciate the honesty. And I just am out here to let you guys know, like, own your truth. And Jesus did not go to the cross. Actually, oddly enough, today is Good Friday. He did not go to the cross for us to have to be cool girls. He went to the cross for so many things, and of course, to cover all of our sins. But there is no way that Christ died for us, and he wants us to be over here and trying to get into a relationship that is supposed to be the second most important relationship. First, our relationship with him, and then next should be your spouse. There's no way he died for us and did all that and wants us to have to be cool and beat around the bush asking hard questions. So if you can't ask the hard questions, probably not the right guy for you. Oh, and I also want to add, I'm a firm believer that if you do ask tough questions, even if it kind of scares him or whatever, like, you cannot make like who Christ has for you go away by asking hard questions. So if it's not the man for you, then you're going to know really easily.
Invoking the crucifixion to justify a demand for luxury hotels is a level of theological gymnastics that actually deserves a gold medal. It's hilarious that she lumps "do you want kids" in with "will you fund my 5-star vacations" as if they carry the same moral weight. She's using Good Friday to validate her refusal to budget, essentially claiming Jesus died so she wouldn't have to pinch pennies. The guy recoiled because he realized she believes her credit card bill is divinely ordained. She's rebranding high-maintenance materialism as spiritual conviction to avoid admitting she just wants a sponsor.
I went on a date tonight for the first time in several months, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons that there will not be a second date. So reason one, when I was walking towards the place where our date was supposed to be, I could see him standing on the corner. He clearly saw me, proceeded to duck away, and then when I turned the corner, he was leaning against the wall with one foot propped up and his arms crossed against his chest. We went straight to the bar. I ordered a vodka cranberry because that's my go-to, and I know how to handle my liquor. I knew that I was going to be fine after one drink. He proceeded to also order a vodka cranberry, decided to order it with Grey Goose. I ordered mine with Wells. Okay. He ordered a vodka cranberry and then proceeded to tell me while the bartender was making his drink that he does not know how to handle his liquor and that he will most likely be drunk after finishing that drink. I thought to myself, why would you do that? He wouldn't stop staring at my boobs. He commented a lot on how hot I looked, which I know, but it seemed excessive. At one point, I mentioned that Sabrina Carpenter is one of my favorite singers, and he interrupted me to tell me that he also loves Sabrina Carpenter. And I said, oh, awesome. And then he repeated that he loved Sabrina Carpenter. And I went, right. And then he said it a third time, really drawing out the fact that he really loves Sabrina Carpenter. And it got to a point where I realized if a straight man is telling a female presenting person or any person how much they love Sabrina Carpenter, I don't think it's about her music at that point. He also interrupted me a lot. He would ask me questions that would lead to me telling a story about something. I never got to finish any of the stories that I was telling tonight, so that sucks. And yes, true to his word, he did get drunk after one drink, one vodka cranberry. I finished mine very quickly, did not get drunk. I was able to drive afterwards. I could have driven home right then and there if I really wanted to, but I didn't want to leave him stranded drunk at a bar, so I had to stay way longer than I wanted to. I know not everyone picks up on body language as well as most people, but I feel like I was making it very clear that I did not want to be touched. I did not want him to stand very close to me, and he proceeded to do just that. Every time he would stand close to me, I would take a little step to the side. He would keep following me around just so he could stand really close to me. He also found any opportunity to high five me just so he could hold my hand. He would get really close to me and just stare at me, and I feel like I was making it very clear that that's not what I wanted to do or reciprocate. He tried taking me to a hookah bar at one point. At the end of the night, when I finally was able to leave, he asked me if he could walk me to my car. I said that that was fine. I didn't see any reason why he couldn't. He walked in front of me the whole time and didn't say anything. At the end of the night, I'm glad that I went on the date. I'm glad that I'm putting myself out there. I will probably continue to go on dates until I don't want to go on dates anymore. That one just did not go very well.
Staying for the entire date proves she loves the validation more than she hates the awkwardness. She cataloged every cringe moment not to help him, but to farm content for her followers. She sat there, drank his vodka, absorbed his desperate attention, and then went online to destroy him. It's proof that modern dating is just an audition where even if you get the part, you still get mocked in the reviews.
I just got the ick. Like, instant ick. This guy that I dated briefly this year, he was grieving. Things ended. I'd brought him a gift for his birthday. It cost lots of money. Money's not the point. The gesture and the intention behind it was kindness, selflessness. I registered a star in the names of those that he was grieving. And last night I was talking to somebody else on the topic of kindness and gestures and things like that being like me and my character, not exactly about him and his situation, but I referenced it. And I was also sitting out on my back balcony watching the stars last night after the gym and in that general area. And so I thought of him for the first time in like a completely platonic way. Oh, I hope that makes sense. Last night, and I messaged him just before and I said, I was looking at the stars last night. I hope you're well. No, I was looking at the stars last night and I thought of you. I hope, you don't have to reply, but I hope you're well. And he replied a picture of him and two other girls, co-workers. So whether that's relevant or not, I don't know. And said, I hope you're well. Good luck. And I said, good luck? Question mark. And he said, good luck with your future endeavors. It just gave me the ick. Yeah. Ugh. Why?
Buying a star for a guy she dated briefly is the ultimate covert contract disguised as selflessness. It's hilarious that she claims money isn't the point, while immediately emphasizing the price tag to validate her own virtue. She tried to use a platonic memory to sneak back into his orbit, but he saw the emotional trap coming and shut it down. Sending a photo with 2 other women wasn't an accident. It was a boundary reinforced with visual evidence. He hit her with the corporate future endeavors goodbye, because he knows that's the only way to fire an employee who refuses to leave the building.
Cousins, over 40, millennials, Gen X, have y'all tried to date? Do you find yourself engaging in this type of conversations, asking these type of questions? Like, can I have kids? How many times you been married? You got a 2-year-old. Where's your car at? What do I bring to the table? What's wrong with your foot? You always walk like that? You moved back in with your mama to help her out. You not ready for commitment. You can't walk too long, because what happened to your leg? Oh, your knee. You want more kids. Can you come over? No. You can't eat beef or pork or chicken. Grandkids? No, I don't have none of those.
Treating a first date like a medical intake form is the inevitable result of waiting until the warranty expires to go shopping. The rapid-fire interrogation about his knees, his car, and his living situation proves she's not looking for romance. She's assessing him for defects like a used car buyer. It's delusional to complain about the broken inventory in the dating pool, while ignoring that the high-value men without these issues aren't looking for a middle-aged inquisitor. The market has shifted, and now she's upset that the only options left require a maintenance plan.
If you're on dating apps, are you seriously entertaining like multiple people at once? I can't have multiple conversations with men at a time. I can put my focus and attention to one, and then everybody else can wait until I figure out if that one is good or not. I think it's incredible that people can be juggling like a bunch of first dates at once. I just feel like I can't do that. I don't have the brain capacity or like the attention span to be giving multiple people my time at once. I can literally only do one at a time. And honestly, let's be so for real. Like there's really only one at a time that I really even seriously consider. I don't know where you guys are finding like 5 solid guys that you would actually want to go on a date with on a dating app at a time. It's a mystery to me.
It's a free country, and anyone is allowed to maximize their options until a commitment is actually established. Complaining about others juggling dates serves as a way to shame men for exercising the abundance she lacks. If there aren't 5 solid guys in the rotation, it's because the market value doesn't justify the demand. Fixating on a single stranger before the first date is just desperation branded as focus.
Not sure if I was going to make this, but I really just want to know, what are we all doing for dating? I'm 49 years old. I'll be 50 in March. I've done dating apps. I will not spend one more penny. I started hearing about matchmakers. I did use a matchmaking site. My experience was not good. Really just wanted to know, has anybody done any matchmaking sites? It is very expensive. I'd like to know your thoughts, number one. I mean, we all might be on Later Daters. I don't know. That's on Netflix right now, and that might be something. It's just extremely laughable at this point.
Hitting 50 and wondering where the options went is the ultimate reality check. Refusing to spend a penny on apps while complaining that expensive matchmakers didn't work shows a total lack of self-awareness. The service failed because the men she wants are looking for youth and peace, not a contemporary who's already cynical about the process. That nervous laughter is just a coping mechanism. The market has spoken, and the price she's asking doesn't match the value she's bringing to the table.